Hi, and welcome to Meal Prep Monday. So this is the first week that I'm doing this, and I was getting ready to meal prep our lunches for the week, and I thought to myself, why not share this? So I put out a poll seeing if people would be interested in watching this, and a bunch of you said yes, you would like to see this. So if that's true and this is something you'd like to see more of, maybe like every Monday morning I come on and just show you how I meal prep our lunches for the week, just shoot me a comment. You can comment here because it's live, but I would really appreciate it if once I post this on my feed, if you could comment there so that it saves and I can go back and check it later. Here the comments disappear, so just keep that in mind. But I'm going to get started. And this week for lunches, if you're like me, I am always searching for quick, easy, healthy lunch ideas for Grant and I. Now that he's home full-time working and I'm home with the girls, we don't want to fall in the trap of eating quick, unhealthy things or just snacking or even worse, skipping lunch. So I'm always on the hunt for a good recipe. I found this recipe from Tiffany Beeston, and I will put her name down in the comments below. But it is a Cajun chicken packet. So in order to make these, you make these little like packets of chicken and vegetables and you bake them in the oven. Well, as I was prepping everything for this, I realized I didn't have enough parchment paper to make the packets because this is real life. So instead, what I'm going to do is a slight adjustment. I'm going to use just a sheet of parchment paper, if you can see here, and I'm just going to lay it all out so like it's a sheet pan recipe. So I'm going to try it like that, see how it comes out. So if you want to try it this way too, then you can kind of experiment with me. You'll have to head to my stories later today to see how it comes out because it'll take about 20 minutes in the oven, but I'm going to show you the prep work and how I got this started. So before I started the video, I chopped up, if you can see kind of at the bottom here in my bowl, vegetables and chicken. So for vegetables, I used 2 zucchini. It's nice that they're in season now, so you can find them at your local grocery store. I used 3 bell peppers. I like the tricolor bell peppers, so I used red, orange, yellow. You can obviously use whichever ones you like. And then I did, broccoli. I had to think of my third one. I did 2 crowns of broccoli. You can use, I would say, as much or as little as you'd like for this. I went a little heavier on the vegetables than the recipe called for because we like vegetables in this house, me especially, so that's what I did. And then the recipe calls for 2 to 3 chicken breasts. I doubled that and I did about 5, so you can, again, do as much or as little meat as you'd like with that. And what I like about this recipe is it's easy to modify. So you can sub the meat in with tofu or beans or any other protein of your choice if that's what you'd like. So I did all that prep work and chopped all of this so that you didn't have to watch me chop. But if you'd like to watch me chop, let me know and I will do that next time. Okay, so now I'm going to add all the spices and mix it together before I put it out on the pan. So the recipe calls for 2 cloves of garlic, and that equals about 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. Minced garlic, I feel like, is my lazy mama's way out of mincing garlic. Obviously, fresh garlic is much better, and I probably should use that, but here we are. And then it calls for 2 tablespoons olive oil, which is here. With these little bowls, I almost feel like I'm on a cooking show. So I'm obsessed with watching cooking shows, and I really now feel like I am on one. Goals. And then it calls for 1 teaspoon of all of these spices. So in front of me, I have paprika, oregano, garlic and onion powder, chili powder, and then it's salt and pepper to taste. And I usually do a 1/4 teaspoon salt and pepper. That's kind of my to taste. So I'm going to double those just because, like I said, I'd already put in more vegetables and more meat than the recipe called for. So I'm just going to end up doing 2 teaspoons of that. And I'm just going to get a paper towel, clean this out. And let's see how this comes out. when you put it in these measuring cups, it almost, or I'm sorry, these measuring spoons, it almost feels like it's a lot, but in reality, it's probably not, especially once you mix it all together. So I'm adding the paprika, and I'm just like wiping the spoon in between as I mix all my things together. I know, I'm being like quick. So I'm adding now the oregano. If you have any like go-to quick, healthy lunch recipes that you'd like to share, once I post this, please let me know in the comments, because like I said, I'm always looking for new ideas, and I can make that on next week's episode if you'd like. But no, seriously, I really am always looking for something. I feel like lunches are the hardest things for me to come up with ideas and also find the time to prep. Like Monday mornings work really well for me to do that, but with 2 twin toddlers, that does not always work out that way. I have to use whatever time is available to me. So like right now they're napping. In case you're wondering why my house sounds so quiet and peaceful, they're napping. So this is the time that I have to quick make our lunch, and Grant is patiently waiting for the lunch, and we're gonna try it out. So like I said, you'll have to head over to my stories in about 20 minutes, and I will post how it came out. Maybe I'll even get him to hop on and let you know what he thinks of it. So I'm doing a 1/4 teaspoon salt and pepper. I know some people like to just like shake it and pinch it themselves. I don't know what a pinch is. So to me, I have to be very precise, and so I measure it out. That's just my personality. And if you know me, then you know. Oh, I see people are joining us. Hi, let me know if you're here. So I did better at my last live. I couldn't see the comments because the light behind me was kind of like blinding me and I couldn't see the comments, but now I've worked it out, I think. I worked it out with my lighting guy, so I can see them better, so I'm trying to see. So let me know if you're here, say hi. Classic Grant, always waiting for lunch. Yes, that is true. If you know him, he loves my cooking, we'll say. No, but luckily, actually, he's pretty open to trying new things, especially because some of my things, you know, we'll call them experimental. They come out okay, but I'm trying. So now I'm just mixing this all together. I have to put my back into it. And if you get that reference, you get that reference. Okay, so I think I've pretty much coated all of this. And like I said, I'm just gonna lay it out on this pan. So I guess I'm gonna, if this ends up coming out good, I'm gonna call this a Cajun chicken sheet pan recipe. But like I said, you can do it in pockets if you want. I will post the original recipe and you can try out whichever way you'd like. I'll post the original recipe and my modifications. And you're kind of seeing my modifications live. If you're watching this later, feel free to comment and ask questions or anything. I will be checking back to answer you. Okay, I think I've mixed this pretty good. Whew, that was a workout. Okay, so I'm going to now try to lay this out evenly on the parchment paper, or just plop it on and spread. This actually is a lot more than I thought, but I'm glad because we like our lunches. And then while this is in the oven baking, I'm going to be making some quinoa. You can add a grain to this if you want to put it over a grain, like brown white rice, quinoa, or you could just eat it like this. I am gonna put quinoa with it just because that happens to be what we have in the house. So I have some tricolor quinoa I'm gonna make with this, and then throw it over it to make it like a bowl. And let me move some of these things aside so you can see what this looks like. It actually looks really good even though it's uncooked. So if you can see, yum. And besides the cutting and prepping of the vegetables and the chicken, which, you know, can be tedious, this is actually pretty quick to make. And like mixing all the spices and now just laying it on the pan, that took like only a couple minutes. So I feel like so far this is working out really well in my checklist of what I need from a lunch, which is easy, quick, and healthy. Those are my 3 things that I'm trying to do. And then eventually, once the girls get a more advanced palate, I'd like to say kid-friendly. We're working right now on having them eat our dinners. It's not going great. If you're a mom of toddlers, you might know what that looks like. So I'm working on that first, family dinners, and then we'll move on to maybe them eating our lunches too. But for now, that's where we are. Okay, so I am going to pop this in the oven. I'm gonna start the quinoa and I will pop on my stories later and let you know how it goes. If you'd like to see more like this, you'd like to see me meal prep more things, you'd like to see me do our dinners, like I'm doing dinner tonight. I said in my stories, I am making a 3-bean quinoa salad, so all the quinoa we can handle today. If you'd like to see me doing that on a live or something like that, just leave a comment and let me know, because I love cooking and I love, more than that, I love sharing what I find with you, because I like watching other people to get ideas. So if I can kind of pass it along, then that's what I'd like to do. So let me know. And if you like this video, please give it a share so that other people can see it. And I will see you in the next video. I'm going to put this in now.